So like most of you, I work and balance, well, I balance and work school at the same time. So my claim today is that going to work and going to school can actually benefit you rather than hurt you. In an article, the Daily Free Press, the statistics showed that 19 out of 19 of the 19.7 million college students in the U.S., 72% were part-time workers. A guy named Todd Hicks wrote an article in the Yahoo Contributors about his five advantages of working as a college student. He said that he had to cover a huge portion of his tuition through borrowing hefty sums of money while his parents helped pay for covering the rest. In an article called Working While Going to College, written by Beth Dumbold, said, in fact, on average, employed students, they worked about 30 hours while taking classes, and about 2/3 of working students stated that their primary reason for working was to pay for tuition, fees, and living expenses. So therefore, working and going to school helps with your paying tuition, and you earn more first. So his first advantage is that he lists as you earn money. His second advantage was that you improve your self-esteem. The third was that you build your relative skills, which means you enhance your resume and your cover letters. Fourthly is you help develop your organizational skills and multitasking, which you get to balance your work schedule and your school schedule, and it's able for you to hold a job and going to school at the same time. And lastly, you gain a sense of independence, so you're not relying on other people to give you money or to rely on you. So though it's difficult to keep up with managing your time, I also believe it's beneficial in the long run.
All right, the subject's fine. Your thesis, I think you could explain a little bit more what's controversial about it, but having just heard a speech about multitasking, I think maybe there's a good explanation as to why there is some controversy there. You've got some statistical information early on that you cited the sources for pretty effectively. I was a little bit confused on the next part because it sounds like you start with the stuff from Hicks, and then you step out of it and go to another source for information, and then you come back to Hicks for his other suggestions. That was a little confusing. So it's not a problem to have the Hicks material in two different places, but it needs to be clarified a little bit in the structure as you're presenting it, and I think you had a little bit of trouble making that transition. Vocally, I think we can hear you. I think you could use a little bit more energy, and right at the end, this happens a lot of times, and I haven't pointed it out with other people, but people have a tendency to drop their voices at the end, like they get to the last 20 seconds of their speech, and all of a sudden then that's happening. They're talking like that, and that's sort of what you do. So I'm not saying that there isn't a point at which you don't drop your voice. Sometimes you do that as an indicator that you are, in fact, done. But it seems like it started a little bit earlier than just the last sentence or the last few words. It was going on, it's sort of like you were going downhill and you're just kind of expiring with your energy, and I don't think that's a good impression to leave the audience with. All right, thank you.